So
Hi
thank
Shivani,
you so
welcome
much.
to the group.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Shivani. Okay, so quickly, because we are just handful of people are here, I would like to know what made you curious to be a part of this session. Vivek, I would like to start with you.
Okay, sure. So, storytelling is very close to my heart. And what happens to even strike a conversation with anybody in our day-to-day life? People love to hear a story. People love to connect dots. And that is what touches their heart and brain in their head. Otherwise, life is so abstract, we can't connect with each other. That is my purpose of joining this session. And anything on storytelling, I try to join.
Okay. Okay, interesting. And what about you, Shivani? What brings you here?
Okay, the same reason storytelling is something because I belong to public speaking and influence niche. So that is something storytelling comes naturally to me. But storytelling in terms of sales and marketing, that is something that attracted me because we can tell stories in general, in whatever situations we have, we can link the stories. But for me, it was always a challenge to link the stories with the sales and marketing to make it more interesting. Maybe it's data or something. So database stories, maybe I'm looking forward to. So that is
Okay. Yes, Jagdish.
Hi, Anika. I actually work as a communication skills trainer. And Anika, now storytelling has become such a buzzword that I get clients who ask me, can you include one or two modules extra on storytelling? Earlier, we didn't get those requests. So what I try to do is I attend a lot of these storytelling events on LinkedIn. It gives me a good idea because I can incorporate more than one session. Otherwise, what we do is have just one quick session, give them some frameworks, and that is done. But now, recently, a client approached me, he said, can you have two or three? And I was stumped because this was going to be one-on-one. And I said, 3 hours of material, how do I gather so much? Because he works in sales and you are actually doing a sales and marketing thing. So I thought, this will be very appropriate for me to get some tips, and you will share some real life scenarios with me which I can talk to him, because I haven't done storytelling in depth with clients. I do a general communication skills course, but nowadays it has become very popular.
Yes, Vivek, you want to share something?
Yeah, I echo with what Jag is saying. I resonate with him.
Okay.
Now, storytelling is something which we have grown up with in our childhood.
Okay.
Maybe our parents were telling stories before sleeping, maybe our grandparents. But in today's digital life, and when we are chasing some career goals or something, this is completely forgotten. And we also hear, okay, don't make stories.
Hmm.
And it is considered in a negative connotation. Okay, you are making stories, just be cutthroat, just tell the facts. I don't want to hear any stories. So that is why we have to relearn this, something which is fundamental to our existence. And more we practice, then only we can pass it on to the next generation.
Right. Right. Agreed. Can't agree more because if I remember, I've also I have grown up hearing stories from my grandparents, and somehow I think my child misses that. Somewhere it is lost because of hustle, everyday hustle. The grandparents are also working, and they also have some commitment. So life is not same which used to be the years ahead for the kids now. So the telling is coming into picture, and sometimes when my son was very small, I used to read books for him, and then at that particular moment I realized, okay, I cannot mix emotion. I am just reading what the book is saying, and that's the way I gradually got into this particular subject, and I'm just loving it. So okay, Shivani talked about data storytelling. So
One
story.
more thing I want to add
Yes,
here.
please.
Uh, there are a lot of such habits which we naturally learn from our families, and we are losing practice of those habits. And today we have to really find company of such people. And it's rare to find company of such people where they have got one goal. Okay, stick to one or two good habits so that you remain relevant in the next phase of life. And then, because last 20 years, the pace of changes has killed many people. I mean, and it has been a boon for many people and it has been bane for many people. But if we can't keep pace of the time, like another 10 years, 5 years, life will be completely different. And next generation is definitely going to face a lot of challenges.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I feel. Otherwise, we will lose relevance if we don't learn something new.
Agreed, agreed. And Shivani talked about data storytelling. So that's another different subject altogether as a part of sales and marketing. And you have given me a topic for the next boot camp, I'll say. So maybe sometime in August or maybe first week of September, we'll have an extensive, you can say power pack boot camp only on data storytelling, because you gave me right now. I decided on that. This will be a more of an overview on how storytelling works for sales and marketing, because it's really impossible for us to cover many, many concepts. We'll just discuss in general and bring in some general concepts. Because what has happened, I have worked as a relationship manager with a company where I had a team of relationship managers under me and salespeople. So the way they used to sell the product was very different as far as I can see the requirement which is actually is there, because they will go and just they'll take that brochure and everything, and they'll just tell about the product the characteristics and the benefits of the product. Earlier it used to work, but no, nowadays it is completely goes into vain if you'll talk about the only the features of the product and what benefit they are going to have with that. So the sales fails at that particular moment if you start your pitch with that and expect a closure with only such things. It's completely impossible, I think, because even the consumer is very smart these days. They are exposed to so many information, and unless and until they are touched emotionally, they will not be willing to buy any kind of product or service. And to create that curiosity, the sales is required, and there comes the role of marketing. And to have that closure, again a story is required which touches the heart of the people, and there the closure happens. So this is what I believe in that. So even if you talk about starting from a sales executive to the sales head of the company, it is a very primary skill which is required, whether you are into sales, marketing, or maybe brand management. These are the three big subjects where the product is into the marketing, sales, and brand management. So in three of the fields, storytelling plays a very, very vital role. अर्लियर पहले के सिनेरियोस में कैसा होता था कि जो मार्केटिंग कर रहा है या ब्रांड मैनेजमेंट कर रहा है उसको स्टोरी टेलिंग आनी चाहिए. बाकी क्योंकि वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स डिस्प्ले होते हैं, ब्रोशर होता है, एंड देन देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ सोशल मीडिया कंटेंट व्हिच फ्लोज इन, तो उसमें स्टोरी चाहिए होती है. बट नाउ इवन द सेल्स एग्जीक्यूटिव एट द लोएस्ट लेवल शुड नो स्टोरी टेलिंग बिकॉज ऑफ द लॉट ऑफ competition which is happening into the market. How the product has made difference with the past consumers, and how it can make a difference into your life, you have to display it through the story. So that is what comes into the picture. So first, because all of you are aware about the storytelling, but still, how storytelling affects our brain, that is a very interesting content which I found across, and I thought I'll share with all of you. First, it activates the part of the brain, and it allows the listener. You must have observed there are some, most of you, I guess most of you must be on OTT. हम लोग OTT में series देखते हैं, right? There is some series which hooks us up, and there are some series which we leave after one or two, what you call episodes. So what is the difference? So there are some series which activates the part of our brain which allows us to, get hooked to that particular story. Maybe that happens because the idea and the experience we can relate to it, okay, and we find it interesting. So this is one thing. Second is how it affects our brain. We mirror it. Listeners will not only experience the similar brain activity to each other, but also to the speaker. So this is what happens when we encounter any kind of storytelling. There is a dopamine release. Every one of us knows. So the amount of dopamine release depends completely on how interesting is the story, how emotionally charged the story is, and that is why it makes dopamine makes us remember the story. Another is the cortex activity. When processing facts, two areas of the brain are activated, and we can the well told lie, you can see it is mentioned there, that a well stored story can engage many additional areas including the motor cortex. ये तो थोड़ा biological है, but yeah, this is the these are the effects of the storytelling in the brain, and that is why story telling has become such vital these days. Okay, so quickly, I just found this wonderful, very wonderful and beautiful video across. I would like to play it. Let me know if it is audible enough. Okay. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. So this was the very wonderful video which I came across. It talked about, this was one of the, I'm sorry for this interruption. Now I'll share. Let me know if it is audible and.
No, audio is not there. Just a second. Yeah, it's there. It's there. Yeah.
Everybody can see the audio and okay, great, lovely. Just now let's. दिखिलाऊंगी, बैठ जाओ इधर, sit. Yes. This was beautiful, isn't it? So let's discuss this a little. So what are your thoughts on this? Like, was it clear, right? What was the message? How this felt? Like there was just, what we can see, there was just one screen, nothing else, no surrounding, not too much of elements into it, but there was a very powerful story, isn't it? Yes, Vivek.
So I read this book Ikigai multiple times,
Okay.
and the key message of that book is that community living is must,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to mingle with each other. There should be a time when we are just laughing and doing something other than our regular work.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what I observed in this video, that when you are coming to watch a game and one person is like he's just in the moment, he is jumping, another person is probably lost in the thoughts. So when we are in a group, we should check in on the people around us. It happened in my office recently. I saw that one person was just like this on the chair, and his cabin light was dim. Luckily, it is all glass doors in the office. Then I asked someone, "Can you please check?" But the guy was in deep sleep. So it's good that at least nothing happened. So it's important that we should be looking around. We should definitely keep talking to the people. Even simple smile, hi, hello. It's like nudging the people.
Okay, so what you are talking about is the feeling which you derived out of that story. Okay, lovely, great. But I would like to know, in the context of storytelling and marketing, that what happened there, and what was the overall powerful subject areas which were covered by the storyteller there. Chindan, would you like to give some inputs, like, because you are the champ of our storytelling.
Mm, thank you so much for the kind words. But I also resonate with what Vivek has mentioned, and I'm afraid to say the audio were initially was very clear, but then it was in bits and parts, so it was not clear. But I could get the point that storytelling is everywhere. Without it, we can't survive. Without it, we can't live. So I resonate with Vivek 200%.
Yes,
Yeah,
Shivani.
I can see Shivani's hand raised.
No, you can carry on. I can just add on later on. That's okay.
Yeah, perfect. I just ended my thoughts. You may go on.
Okay.
Thank you.
I
Okay.
guess
So what I
the
could see that it was,
audio was just the music, so you have not missed
yeah, I think there was only dialogues just on the captions were there.
app on the.
So what I could understand from it is that emotional, like, see, emotional intelligence is very, very important. And sometimes we miss on the minute things when people are around us. We do not even bother what they are going through. Sometimes the signs are obvious. If a person is depressed, he's not going through a good phase, the signs are very, very obvious for some people, but for some it is not obvious. So we should look out for those people, even for the signs where things are not so obvious. So that is, I think, it was a very powerful message within a story, that there are two people, one is happy, one is not. So at the end, the other person was not there. The one who was happy, he was not there. We don't know what happened to him actually, but maybe he was going through some rough patches and that was not visible to us. We could only see the one who was depressed, but we could not see what was happening with the one who was outwardly very happy, but maybe something was happening in his life also. So it was a very beautiful story in a very short time.
Yeah, right. So I just tried to, throw some light in the storytelling and marketing context. See, what was happened that it was an advertisement, if I'll use a very generic term, or a marketing campaign for uh, mental wellness. Okay. So what happened? What was on the display was, there was two guys who were friends and they used to watch match together and they used to enjoy the match. One was always stressed out and unhealthy because he had that belly fat around, and the one was very healthy. He had flat belly, and he was fit. The other was not, one was not fit, considering that he had that belly fat. So they were enjoying. They used to enjoy the match together. Sometimes somebody won, and sometimes someone else won, and they had that fun for years together. But one day, the other one passed away. He was not there, and the friend was missing, and he used that a scarf or whatever, just to, in the memory of that particular friend, and he was missing him. So what was reflected into that, even the happiest person around may have some mental pressure, or mental, they must be going through depression. So you need to see around, if even if somebody is happy, you need to have a check on, even if sometimes what we think, okay, this person is our friend, so he will be sharing everything and anything with us, but maybe that person is hiding something from us. So you need to have a check around. So their message was that keep a check on all your close friends, who is struggling with what mental or depressing events in the life, we don't know. So that was the message. Even if you see a very happy person around, he must be going through trauma or anything. So that message was very clear. And what I liked about it is that the story was there. They were two friends, they were enjoying the life, they were having fun together at the matches. One was healthy, one was a little shabby, but then one passed away and he was sad. So this was a little story, and it had a lot of message. It touched our heart. I'm sure everybody must have been touched with that particular message. So with that storytelling, the marketing was done. So it was just a very interesting video I found across, and I thought to share that this is how storytelling happens when you, without any kind of text, you will see there were no dialogues involved, right? There were no dialogues involved, but there was a very powerful story which happened there. So this was the message. So you'll see what happens, that whenever there is some sales or marketing which is done, all the ideas are scattered into our minds. Okay, so if I say I want to sell this particular medicine bottle, this is a medicine bottle, and I want to sell it, and I'll tell you, okay, this has features like it is very cost effective and it will not make you dizzy, and I'll just explain the features of it. Okay, I'll just explain the features of these medicines, and I'll say it will be cost effective, it is easily available, and it has no side effects, and it will treat your cough and cold. And this is the one way of selling. Another way of selling or marketing this medicine bottle is that okay, one of my family members was suffering a lot with cold and cough, and day and night he was not able to sleep. He went through various doctors, he consulted various doctors, he stopped consuming any kind of food which affected his cough, but still he was suffering, and he suffered, he had sleepless night, and it this is how 3 months were gone. And then I suggested him this, and the cough was all gone in 3 days. I mean, this is a very simple and odd story, but just I thought of to be a little simpler. So what will happen, in the first way of my selling this cough syrup bottle was where the ideas were scattered into our mind. And when I attached it with a story, a very simple, generic story which everybody could connect to, the ideas were arranged in a proper manner, and the convincing the buyer became a little simpler, you can say. So this is how the storytelling works when the sales and marketing comes into picture. So days are gone when we need to show the features, the characteristics of the product. Now we just need to create a story revolving around that product and sell the product in a very simple way. Anybody who would like to share any story, if somebody has come across something?
Yeah, I absolutely relate to what you mentioned. The one thing which comes to my mind is if that's a car salesman who just tells that it has an engine of X number of hertz and it has a speed which can reach up to this in this milliseconds, or it has this kind of headlight or this kind of tail light or this kind of windshield or rooftop. Everyone sells this kind of car, but a salesman who tells and identifies the customer, who understands the needs of a customer, that if a customer is a single person, looking at the customer into eye and telling that if you sit into the car, you will look the most handsome person in the entire world. And once this line is being said in terms of understanding the customer and telling a story which connects directly to the person, to the soul of the customer, the sales is closed. The person who sells the features, as you mentioned, would not get more sales, but the person who sells the story would definitely get the sales. So that's what I got the point from.
Okay, so I'll refine a little more and I'll say if I'm the seller of that particular, I'm the salesperson of that particular car, what I'll say is that okay, this is a car, this is the car. See, I don't have know too much of technicalities of the car, but okay, there is a car. I'll say mm, that particular person was searching for a car and he was single without a job. Okay, but then he wanted to buy a car. It was his dream to buy a car after he gets placed. When he got placed, the first thing which he did was bought a car. And when he started driving a car, he got many marriage proposals and he got married. So, I mean, this is just a very vague story which came into my mind. See, now what will happen when I narrate this story in front of any customer? The customer will start thinking, okay, that person status symbol increased, okay, and he looked a little, settled in his life after buying that car and driving across, and that's why he got some marriage proposals and he got married. So this is how we weave little stories around the product, and the selling of the product becomes a little simpler. Any thoughts on this? Chintan is thinking, so I just thought, let me ask.
No, I have watched a TED Talk and I read a book called Storyworthy. So if any one of the members who are attending this call not read this Storyworthy, it's the book to start your work on storytelling. And that's an example that if you want to sell any photograph or any poster, we all see a roadside kid selling a poster of a kid or a god or a goddess or this 6 or 7 horses. But if you know how to put across a frame, how to give it an artistic touch, and if you put it into a museum, or if you just say that this is a painting done by this or this artist, the way its price skyrocket, there's no limit to it. Even the products which are being sold on Amazon or Flipkart, it all starts with a story. Apple started with a story. People don't buy machines, people buy stories. So that's what I can relate to.
Yes, and that's what is reflecting on the screen. Sales is storytelling. Your sales call or meeting is simply giving a demo of your product or services, then you are not selling. So if you're giving a demo or just showing the product, the features of the product, so it is not selling. Now let's dive into a sales storytelling framework. It's a very simple framework which I was able to derive. There are various framework across, you will find, in books and across the internet about the sales or maybe marketing or brand building framework. But then this was the most simplest one. So I just studied on this and just let's discuss, because most of us are the trainers and coaches here. So let's discuss how we can build the ideas behind this. So first is illustrate the current reality. Okay, so when we say this, what do we mean? Like, what are the current realities at present? What's coming into your mind? So when we say that, these are the points, I'll just display every point, this. So when we say current reality, we'll talk about the problems which the client is facing because he has not bought this product. I guess that's fine, right? So as I discussed about this cough syrup bottle, so maybe the current reality is because I have not bought this product, I'm facing the trouble with my cough not going. Okay. So that is there. Now we will dive into the unresolved pain. That means now second step will be to dive into the unresolved pain. Okay. So your cough is not gone because you have not used this. Okay. Encountering the success blockers. So I'll just go, what I'll do is that I'll just leave this text because I can see the faces. People seem lost. So I'll just go through, we'll go back again on that text. So what has happened is, you can see on the screen there that the customer is sleeping. This is a very interesting illustration which I found. So first step is to what we discussed here is illustrate the current reality. So the current reality is that there can be a similar situation which we can react to. Just as I said, there was one guy who didn't had any job. He was not married for a long time, and then he got a job and he got a car and then he got married. So this was a very simple story which I chose. Now what the second step is that you need to describe the pain which the customer is going through, and it is not resolved for a long time now. Okay, so what happens is that you must have heard that in marketing you need, how the demand is creating, you generate the need generate होती है तो demand create होती है. So when we talk about the unresolved pain, there are certain pains in people's life which they don't know is a pain, and we make them feel okay, you are going through that pain. Okay, that is also what happens. So you can see through the illustration that what happened when the customer didn't took any action. Okay, so that is a pain because you are not buying a car. The girl is not ready to marry you. I mean, this is a very bad, I understand this is a very poor story, but then still, just to relate more. So that is it. Now, what stopped the customer taking an action? Once they describe, they must be doing something. So what is happening that the customer is not taking any action to buy the product? Okay, so those are the blockers. So you have to find the blockers. Now, the final or the second final step is that you need to create an idea that what will happen if they take the action. Okay, so they take the action of considering the product and or buying the product. Okay, so that is there, and there will be the reality bridge. There will be a bridge between the current scenario. Okay, if you will, you have to, weave a story around that. Okay, if you'll take this action, your life will be at this particular stage. If you'll buy the syrup, you will be able to cure your cough, which is not gone since last 3 months. Okay, what are the blockers? Because they have considered too many doctors, too many therapists since last, and they are not trusting. But just because there were a couple of few people who were into your same position, who were in the same position, they took this chance of trying this out, so they were able to do it. So it is the most simple and relevant framework which I was able to put this out. So anybody who wants to ask something or discuss something or give some inputs?
Yeah, recently I was conducting a sales training for a big brand, and the product was their solar panels. So while conducting the training, all the sales person, they were just talking about the benefits and the product and benefits and the features. So one of their USP is that it's a cyclone-proof solar panel. So then I asked them, okay, can you weave something? Can you give me some story that actually happened when you're going to a customer, rather than telling him that it's a cyclone proof and giving them the feature, because the customer would not be interested in that. Maybe the customer is a layman, he does not know the technicalities. So then they started weaving, okay, so ma'am, we said that in your neighboring colony, somebody had the competitor's solar panel, and it was not solar, it was not cyclone proof. So one day there was some kind of like calamity, natural calamity, and it got destroyed in that. So that is something they related with the story. They created a story, and then that the fab, what you call it, is feature and benefit was like weaved around this story, and that really enhanced the value of what they were telling the customers. So I believe yes, it's an emotional connect rather than just telling the benefits and the features. It's better to connect it with some story which has really helped somebody else maybe, and that can relate very well.
You are speaking on mute, Anika.
Okay, yeah, sorry. So, that is what happens. What is the simplest story which a person, as a salesperson, can use to sell a particular product or a service is that how it benefited the other person, taking that emotion out of the prospect. You need to, because what will happen, everybody have got their different pains in life, okay, and touching that pain, that how they will come out of that particular pain by setting an example of some other person, uh, is the most powerful way anybody can, sell the story. It sounds a little very simple. Now the art behind is that it should look realistic, because even the customers are so, aware these days that it can be a story because that person wants to sell the product, but it should and it becomes a powerful storytelling only if that salesperson is able to touch the emotions. Once the emotions are touched, काम हो जाएगा. अदरवाइज आप देखिए ना, बहुत सारे सेल्स पर्सन आते हैं, दे सेल, ओके इसने लिया था तो उनका भी हो गया था, इसने लिया था उनका भी हो गया. दैट इज नॉट अ स्टोरी. Story should look like a person is not selling the product. That person is just answering a emotional call in you. So in couple of my, even I did couple of sales, sales training sessions where, the sales persons asked me कि हम तो जाके बताते हैं उन्होंने लिया था तो उनके साथ ऐसा हो गया, उन्होंने लिया था तो उनको ही फायदा हुआ, तो कोई मानता नहीं है. वो मानते इसलिए नहीं है कि आपकी स्टोरी टेलिंग का जो टेक्निक है, इट इज नॉट पावरफुल इनफ टू टच देयर इमोशंस. जस्ट सेइंग कि भाई फलाना ने लिया था तो उनको ये फायदा हो गया था will not serve the purpose. And sometimes you have to weave multiple stories. One story may not serve the purpose. You have to weave multiple stories into it, not only one story. So if you have got 10 minutes to convince a client, you may need multiple stories. And it is where the telling technique helps you. Yes, Chintan.
You just continue. I'll add something out afterwards.
Yes, please. I need your additions. So this is what happens. Yes, Shivani, you want to say something? I just had a feeling you want to add on something. So, okay, so this is just a slide we discuss if somebody has, because we don't have any salesperson here. So this slide was meant for the sales people or marketing people or business development people who must have encountered certain storytelling experiences.
I just want to add something there.
Yes, please. Yes.
I want to ask to Shivani or Vivek or Jag or Asha, what or who comes to your mind when the words start appearing like storytelling in sales? Which figure comes to your mind? Is there anyone who comes to your mind? Shivani is nodding. Who?
Steve Jobs.
Absolutely. So if you watch his product demos, there's nothing better to study than storytelling in sales than what Steve Jobs had done. And the secret behind, and I have watched it n number of times, I could recite those entire presentations. And the secret what I found is the tension it builds. He was having the repetition of this, but this, but this, but this, but problem, more problem, problem, more problem. And at the peak of the tension, he released the product, and he released the visual product in an envelope or maybe in jeans small pocket, so that whenever the product is revealed, people go crazy. Even now, people pay money, and when we talk about storytelling, it's always Steve Jobs because he could distort the reality by his storytelling. So, one case study for anyone who wants to learn this storytelling in sales, just watch the product demos of Steve Jobs, the way he crafts his slides, the way he presents himself, and the way he conducts his reveal of the products is amazing. So that's what I wanted to add, that the combination of tension and revelation of the product, it has to be at the both opposite end. The tension should be at the highest, and the revelation should be in a way that people feel you are curing the world's most difficult problem, which they never thought they had. Steve Jobs used to say that I want to build a product in my way because people don't know what they want. And then he used to sell the product. So studying Steve Jobs will give a lot of ideas of storytelling in sales. And I would love to connect maybe someone, any one of you, and maybe Anika. Me and Anika also discuss Steve Jobs a lot. So we might sit together and discuss about Steve Jobs' storytelling secrets someday. But yeah, I just wanted to add that.
So I got one more topic for one of the boot camps. So this session was very wonderful because we keep on brainstorming. Me and Chintan always, brainstorm on what we could, do in 1 hour. Because when we have boot camps for 1 hour, we have to think of 30 minutes. Because, a 10-15 minute goes in introduction, question, answers, and other stuff. And we want to make sure that it is just for 1 hour because we need to respect the time, our time and everybody's time. That's why. So now, Chintan, you have given me one was which Shivani gave, and one was which Chintan has gave. We'll have one boot camp on storytelling by Steve Jobs because yes, and I guess that is why Apple is still one of the favorite technologies. As far as I understand, the storytelling by Steve Jobs is still working. The marketing things he made happen is still working. If you say I am the Apple phone user since long, and sometimes I think why I buy it again and again. I mean, what is that extra feature I'm getting out of it? It is as simple. The features which Apple has got is what every phone has got. I mean, if you'll think deeply, once you are comfortable with other brand, it will be good as Apple for you. But then it is just because the Steve Jobs, which is still making repetitive users for the Apple. No doubt technology is always there. Technology is powerful, that I agree, but still the displaying of that technology by showing the trust in the developing that trust in the buyers by storytelling, and that to Steve Jobs, nobody can beat that. So thank you, Chintan, for that. Now again, I have a little. I just kept this slide. I assuming that there may be some salespeople in the session. So we thought we'll have some stories, but then these are the little tips. And before generating any story, any one of you, if you want to display any kind of telling techniques to sales and marketing people, make sure that they practice it. Because in my observation, what happens when you train any salesperson, they think, okay, I've got the framework, I've got the technique, I know how to do it, and here it ends. Storytelling is something which is a constant learning process. The more you do it, the more you practice it, the more experience you get from the clients, you polish, and then you become a real salesperson who generates sales through storytelling. So it is not that कि आपने एक framework को absorb कर लिया, आपने कुछ tips ले ली, tricks ले ली, okay, अभी कल से तो I'll sell very well. That is what I always tell my trainees, that it doesn't happen in one sales or one story or one story telling experience. You have to keep practicing it with every client you come across. because every client will have a different emotional nerve, every client will have a different background, every client has got that different mindset about the company, the mindset about the brand. So every time you have to weave a different story that can touch the nerve of the client. Okay, so that has to be kept in mind, and then you have to practice, 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 and then you'll be polished. So attending one session or doing a storytelling course in a storytelling, maybe a 12-hour course or a 4-week course on storytelling, and that will not make you a very powerful salesperson who sells with a story. So this is what I tell my trainees, that it is a constant process, and I know everybody of you will agree with that. So just quickly, I'll go with this 9 points that create a strong narrative. It's very, know your audience. As I said, every customer comes, every audience comes with a different mindset. So you need to know the customer first. How will know? Introduce yourself. They will know you, and you'll ask certain questions, and you come to know about their emotional nerve. View your customer as the heroes. When we say hero, kahani ka hero. Okay, that is what it is. Be authentic. So we cannot make stories which look very, dramatic. Okay, there has to be some drama, but then वो पता लगे ये कोई मूवी की स्टोरी नहीं होती, वो शाहरुख खान है, वो 10वें 12वें माले से कूद गया and all that. We cannot be that. We cannot use such narratives into the story. So that is emotions. Emotions, people buy with emotions. It is always said people don't buy because of their need or because they want to spend money. They buy because the product fulfills some or the other emotional needs. Clearly define your marketing channels. You should know your marketing channels, because there can be some other story in some other marketing. You should be very versed about your marketing what do you call it, channels, like, so what is floating into social media, because पता लगे social media पे एक अलग theme है, अलग tone है, और sales person एक अलग tone में जा रहा है. So that should not be there. It should match. Consistency is the key. Obviously, we all know consistency is key. Make it visual. Right, the salesperson can try to make it visual by showing some maybe testimonials, or maybe some videos or something. And the last point is show, don't tell. So when you say show, don't tell, से मतलब ये भी होता है कि the narrative of your story should be in a way that anybody is able to visualize certain facts and figures. And this is how the storytelling also works. Storytelling का powerful होती है जब हम अपने आप को स्टोरी में देख सकें, या हम विजुअलाइज कर सकें कि हाँ ऐसा हुआ था. ओके, वहां पे हमने डिस्क्राइब नहीं किया है कि वेदर कैसा है, एनवायरनमेंट कैसा है, पेड़ पौधे हैं कि नहीं है, फिर भी हम सोच पाए कि हाँ ऐसा होगा वहां पे. So that is what makes it very compelling. So now if anybody wants to add something, now I here end my session altogether. So you have not, Jagdish has not spoken since we started. He didn't add anything to the content of the session. If you want to add something, Asha, if you want to add something.
Yeah, I think when Chintan spoke about Steve Jobs, I think the first person that comes to us, especially in today's internet times, is the Apple story. But we forget one other thing. Now, sales doesn't always mean products. Have you seen storytelling by politicians? Now, politicians are very notorious for manipulating, but they are great storytellers. I don't know whether you're a Modi fan or not, but look at the stories that he says. Look at the stories that Obama would say. I think politics is another area where storytelling works like a charm. And when, a lot of people do not remember talking about politics, we all talk about products, services, but an entire government is formed on storytelling. They give you the narrative. In 5 years, the country will be transformed from this to that. We will have bullet trains. We will have full employment. This is the transformation that we're trying to sell to a customer should be very convincing, should be authentic. And another part, not only should they learn storytelling frameworks and know their product inside out, I think, Anika, in a country like India, the language plays a major role. If you're dealing with large MNCs, you better be fluent with English. If you're talking to the local crowd, you'd better be fluent in the local language. You will not be able to connect with people in a different language, because I've seen marketing campaigns when I've lived in Europe. The translation is so bad, it actually fails. So the language, the story was good, but because of language, it has actually not performed well. So language is another area where people, forget that that means a lot. The storyteller, now Modi, if you see, he generally talks in Hindi. Why? Because he's very comfortable. When he goes abroad, he tries to prepare. But when you ask for ratings from people, people will tell you in the international public speaking, and other trainers will tell you Modi is not very convincing. That's because they have never seen him speak in Hindi and they don't understand that. They'll compare him with Obama. You can't compare Modi with Obama on the basis of language. You can compare him on the basis of storytelling and convincing power. Now that is where language definitely works. So these are two areas, Anika, that came to my mind. So learning frameworks and just attending a storytelling course will not change it. You have to be involved and understand how it works, and it will work with trial and error. Like you said, the salesman will not get the sale in the very first time. He will need to keep tweaking his story, and according to the customers they come across. Every customer will have a different need, and that story has to appeal to them. So the story will need to be altered accordingly.
Yes, so you mentioned so wonderful point about the politicians. I missed on that. So I think now I have got one more idea to because I'm somebody who is very away from politics and all. But you were completely right. Now we need to look into them also. That will also give, because the kind of body language and confidence they have got, because that is the power which works there. In their body language the power works. So that makes their oratory skills more influensive. So completely wonderful point you have mentioned here.
Yeah,
What
thank you.
Jug has mentioned, I just want to extend to that thread, that they are selling the grander vision. They are also the storytellers and they are selling the new reality. Their manifesto of the election is what we are studying in storytelling. That they are telling us what we are facing currently, our current scenario. They are touching our pain points and they are presenting us with the solution. Based on that, they are asking for votes, and the entire machinery, entire optics which goes behind the politician or which goes behind anyone. We all are coaches and trainers. We all are products. We all are products and we all are sellers. The brand story which we have for ourselves is the one which sells our business. So storytelling is everywhere, no matter it's about person. If we go for an interview, we need to sell ourselves. If we want to sell a product, we need to sell that product. Ultimately, we are selling ourselves by telling the stories. So thanks, Jack, for mentioning that.
Yes, that's right.
So Asha has mentioned one thing, that personal branding. What's your take and approach on that? So Asha, when you talk about personal branding, I think personal branding means what? We are also if I'll connect that through storytelling, what will happen is that what happens is that you must have seen, if you are on LinkedIn and if you access your LinkedIn on a daily basis, you must have observed there are some people whom we like a lot. Okay, we are highly influenced. So just follow them and see what they do is that they weave stories around their daily life. And that is how they sell themselves. When we say sell themselves, is not only that they will buy our services or hire us, not in that context. They occupy a part of our brain for certain, what do you call it? Uh, Certain areas of our skill. Okay. For example, there is one guy who has an NGO. Okay, so what he does is that he weaves story around his day-to-day life, what he do, what problems he encounter, how he serves people, how he raised funds. So, and then it influences me. Okay, he is a very wonderful guy. He's doing a very great job. for society, for helping the underprivileged or the pets, so not pets, the street dogs or whatever the subject area is. So what he is doing is that he's building his personal brand. So I don't know his companies or the NGO's name. I know him because he was able to sell himself as a very powerful social activist by weaving stories around his work. So I guess I'm able to answer your question. So if you want to start, what you can do is that I've seen छोटी छोटी बातें होती हैं, but उनको इतना अच्छे से story बना के, and they'll put on LinkedIn, or they'll put on Facebook, they'll make reels about it and put it across, and that is how the personal branding is done. And it's no doubt you cannot. I can, if any one of you have some different opinion, please let's discuss. You cannot develop a powerful personal brand without stories, without interesting, hooking stories. You cannot do it. There is no other way to do it. If you have another other way to do it, please let me know.
I just want to ask
Sorry,
Asha.
Shivani has raised hand.
Yeah, Shivani.
No, please carry on. I'll just add on later on, please.
So Asha, you asked about personal brand, and what Anika mentioned is on the point. I just want to say that Nike doesn't sell shoes, it sells athleticism, right? It sells fitness. Coca-Cola doesn't sell Coca-Cola, it sells happiness. So these are all the not only taglines, these all are the brandings which they use, and they view the story around what Anika mentioned. How Anika mentioned about the car story, and she mentioned about we need to care for people. Even caring for people is a brand tagline of a company which want to sell the insurance. Now imagine you are buying a product which is getting money out of death of people. Imagine you are buying for insurance. Now it is the toughest thing to sell on, but still the brand is there that we will take care even after you go from this life to another world. So it's all about personal storytelling, and it's all about branding. Over to you, Shivani.
Yeah, similar thoughts. I just wanted to add the similar thoughts. When we talk about big brands, they always have one value around which they weave their stories. So if you want to build your personal brand, what I believe is that you should follow what is your mission, what is your vision, and follow one value that you bring to your trainings or coaching, and weave your brand accordingly. For me, it has always been empathy. So I bring transformation through empathy with my trainees and the people I work with. So I always, whenever I post something, so it's always about empathy, training, kindness. So these are the things, values which I believe in and which come very naturally to me. So when I weave a story around them, so it is very raw and very authentic. I don't have to dig deeper. I don't have to make some false narratives. So if you find some values which you are attracted towards, so then it is very easy to build those stories around.
Yes, so Asha has mentioned in the chat box that Narendra Modi, connected common people with that chai wala story. So no doubt. So what happened was that the opposition pointed out that ye to chai wala hai, and he weaved around, and then every chai wala in the country became a storyteller. I can remember that particular momentum which was there during that time when नरेंद्र मोदी वॉज एड्रेस, ये तो चाय वाला है प्रधानमंत्री बन गया, उसके बाद में हर चाय वाले की कुछ ना कुछ स्टोरी आया करती थी मीडिया में कहीं ना कहीं, एंड इट वाज सो इंटरेस्टिंग, सो इंटरेस्टिंग. थैंक यू आशा फॉर हाईलाइटिंग दैट. Okay, so I guess let's end the session here. And though we had very few participants because of challenges we had, we were not able to circulate too much. But still, we were able to be here again, come back again, and I've got two topics. And Shivani, I will surely come up with the storytelling, data storytelling. It's a very emerging field, and it's very powerful, and we'll discuss as soon as possible. And storytelling by Steve Jobs also. Chintan has given us another topic. It will be fun being around all the storytellers. So yes, thank you for being here. And
Thank you so much, Anika, for preparing the content so well and delivering to perfection. Learned a lot. Last thoughts, anything, Shivani, you want to add, Jag or Asha?
Thank you so much. It was well structured, and definitely you pointed out certain things which I never had thought about. So I'll be thinking on those terms also, and it has added really, value to my what do you say, Kitty. Also, I would have some more things to tell when I conduct sessions. Thank you so much. So keep conducting these sessions. We all learn from each other.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. We'll keep on learning from each other, and this journey will continue. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Good night. Yeah.